What's up? What's up? What's up, y'all? What's up, divas? What's up, divos? Welcome back to Real Talk. Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl A. Y'all already know it's time to chit chat, talk, and we all gonna have a really good day. What's up, everybody? What's up, divas? What's up, divos? Thank you for stopping through. Girl, happy Monday, happy Tuesday, happy Wednesday, happy day whenever you're watching this. Y'all know it's Monday. Let me tell y'all, girl. So remember I told y'all last week that I was going to the concert, the Lisa Bring You Home Tour 40th anniversary. You know what I'm saying? It was like a huge lineup of performers. You know, it was all old school. I had an amazing time this past Saturday at the concert. Me and my stepson went and we had like a really, really great time. Who performed was Candyman came out first. Y'all remember that song? Ooh, boy, I love you so. Never, never, ever gonna let you go. That he came on. I really can't. Okay, after him was CNC Music Factory. You remember CNC Music Factory? Things that make you go ooh. Who else was on? Evelyn King was on. Oh my God, she was on there performing her ass off. 65 years old, was on the floor getting down. She got some really good knees. Okay, when I tell you, Miss Evelyn King, I got some really good knees. She got some good ass knees. Said, who else? Brenda K. Starr was there. Brenda K. Starr looked like she ain't never aged, just a little bit. She still look so good. You remember Brenda K. Starr? I still believe. Y'all know I can't sing. Expose was there, and oh my God, the young lady from Expose, the lead singer, I think she was the lead singer, the one with the really thick curly hair. When I tell you, her hair is all the way down her back, full curly, still like beautiful curls. And y'all remember them. Seasons change, people change. Remember that song? Who else was there? Rob Bass was there. Color Me Bad was there. I'm trying to think, did I forget anybody? And you know, the main attraction was Lisa. She was the very last to perform. Girl, when I tell you, I was sitting there so happy to see Lisa. I love Lisa. I love Lisa, but I'm going to just say this. She need to get a new stylist. I don't know who dressed her, but what they put her in was not flattering at all. When I tell you, it was like 100 and something degrees outside. Lisa had on a full leather jacket with studs coming out of them, some leather pants, a leather waist belt that was like yay wide, a leather shirt. I was like, what? She came out and she sang the song. She cried a lot because she was just so happy with the turnout. But girl, when I tell you, she sat her ass the fuck down after like song number 1 or 2 and started singing. I was like, okay, now it's time to go. She was the last one. And I don't really like to wait to the very end to leave any type of concert because I'm trying to get, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get gone before everybody else do. And that place was packed at the Footprint Center. When I tell you it was packed, it was packed. But yeah, I really was not feeling her outfit. Whoever dressed her wasn't flattering at all. Like when I tell you it wasn't flattering, it was not flattering. I was talking to my stepson. I was like, why would she even wear that? He was like, maybe she was hot. She had to be hot. I said, yeah, she had to be hot. She got the lights and the Arizona weather. Like there's no way. And so my stepson goes, well, you know, each state is different, so maybe she didn't know how hot it is here. I was like, it don't matter which state you go to. You know, it's summertime in every state, which means that is not summer attire. Why would anybody dress her like that? I was just like, I was disappointed at her dress code. Like, y'all did her dirty. Y'all did her really dirty. The outfit did not look good on Lisa at all. And I'm just here to say that. I love Lisa. She's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? She has a beautiful singing voice. But whoever dressed her, they did her dirty. That outfit was definitely not for her, nor was it weather appropriate. But other than that, we had like an amazing time, like a really, really good time. Tag team was there too. I forgot them. Tag team was there. We had like a really, really great time. It was so good. The crowd, you know, was mostly old heads, like OGs. You know what I'm saying? It was mostly like us, our age. But it was like a really, really good show. I was so happy with that show. I think that was the concert that I enjoyed the most out of all the concerts that I went to. I think I enjoyed that one the most. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was my era. The music was so nostalgic. It just brought back so many memories of good times. You know what I'm saying? When you're growing up as a teenager, those are like good times when you hear that music. You know what I'm saying? You hear the song and it bring you back to where or what you was doing at that time period. So it was really like a nice experience. I have honestly, that's the second kind of like old school concert I've been to, because last year I went to the one with SWV, Drew Hill, Jodeci. I can't remember who else was there, but you know what I'm saying? There was some other performers there too that was old school. And that was really a great concert too, but it was more or less, it was outside. But this one, it was indoors. It was a nice ass, you know what I'm saying, concert hall. It was a blast. It was a really good concert. Chris Brown come here next. I think Chris Brown is next, but his tickets is like outrageous. Like, I don't know about you, but I like Chris Brown, but I'm not about to pay $700 for a seat in nobody's fucking concert. But we had really good seats at this one. We was right there, front row, you know what I'm saying? After us, but it was the floor seat. So it was really like a good concert. Yeah, it was good. It was like a little bit over 3 hours. It was probably like 3 hours. You know what I'm saying? It was fun. I had a really great time. Other than that, you know what I'm saying? No big deal. Girl, let me just tell y'all. So like a couple of weeks ago, I had went through my wig bin. Okay, now mind you, I have like a wig bin in my room. That's a huge bin. And then I also have that same size bin in my garage with some wigs in it too. Now, all those wigs are synthetic in each bin. But the wig bin in my room, I really didn't know there was like human hair bundles in there and shit like that. But anyway, like a few weeks ago, I had went through that bin twice looking for a particular wig. I was looking for my Bishi Lulu wig. Now, I did find one in there, but it wasn't the color that I was looking for. It was like the color number, it mixed with the 1B and maybe a color number 33. It was not a cute wig, like that particular color. Like, you cannot rock a synthetic wig in every color, in my opinion. So I never wore that one, but I just knew that I had at least one Bishi Lulu wig that was like a natural color, but it wasn't in that bin. When I tell you I looked twice in that bin, I looked twice in that bin. So this past weekend, Saturday, I was in my closet. I have like, you know, the bin drawers, the plastic drawers with the, you know what I'm saying? I have two of those stacked on top of each other in my closet with wigs in them too. The very bottom one, the very bottom drawer out of 6 drawers, I never go in it. I know there's wigs in there, but I really don't go in there because those are just like the wigs that I've made by hand, and they're, you know what I'm saying? I just don't want to wear them. If there's nothing wrong with them, but I haven't worn them in a few years, so I just don't want, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, so I was looking for a ponytail. I wasn't looking for a ponytail. I was looking for my clip-in extensions, and I knew they were at the bottom, right? So I opened the bottom drawer. Girl, please tell me why they were all in there. 3 of them, girl. This wig they don't make this wig no more. So when I was looking for it on the computer, I could not find it. I found replicas of it, like, oh, well, you can try this one. But I was like, nah, Bishi Lulu was my wig. Like, I wore her like crazy. And here she goes. Okay, when I tell you, it was a whole mess load of them, 3 of them, brand fucking new in the bottom drawer. That's what I got on today. Okay, that's what I got on today. This was the pixie wig that I loved so much, and I wore the shit out of this. That I kept buying it. I kept buying it for backup. Like, you always got, if you like a wig, you definitely have to have like several of them for backups, because you never know when they're gonna go or just be discontinued. So this is how she looked when you get her. And of course, I don't know about y'all, but I'm not wearing my wig like this. So I always brush her to the side. Now, girl, I trimmed a little bit of the hair right here with my little razor comb, and I just love this wig. I just love this wig. The only thing, though, that it don't have not near one comb in sight. So, you know, I use my bobby pins and just pin it down. But this is what she looked like in the back. Girl, if you got a favorite wig, a synthetic wig, and you love her, make sure you get a bunch of them. That's all you gotta do is get a bunch of them. Just get a bunch of them, okay? Because that way, if they are discontinued, baby, you still have them on deck. Now, mind you, when I started wearing her back in the day, I was like 50 pounds lighter. My face wasn't as chubby, you know what I'm saying? And I probably really liked it more then because my face was smaller. But girl, listen, let me tell you something. I'm gonna stop putting myself down. I'm gonna stop talking shit about myself, because when I was at that concert, everybody that was my age or older that was performing, they did not look like what they used to look like in the 90s and what I imagined. When I tell you, I was like, you know what, April, when people do get older, they do gain weight. And you just have to be accepting of that and just be happy and be pleasant and be happy in your own skin. You know what I'm saying? You are you, and you need to be happy of who you are in your skin. So, like I was saying, when I seen all these performers like Candyman, you know, the lead singer from Color Me Bad, the little Latino guy, whatever he was, when he came out on the stage from Color Me Bad, I really honestly thought it was like one of the backup dancers because he didn't look anything like he used to. When he came out, and I'm definitely not body bashing or body shaming, but he was the bigger guy now. And I felt like, you know what, when I looked at other performers like Lisa, the girls from Expose, yo, we human. And when you get older, yeah, you put on some weight. When you young, your metabolism is super, super fast, which is a blessing. Wish it was like that today. But I realized, like, you know what? These people are happy within themselves. I see big girls like my size and bigger than me. They are confident and they are happy within themselves. And sometimes I'm confident too, but there are a lot of times when I be just hard on myself. And I'm sure that there are a lot of you out there that's watching this that have that same issue. You be hard on yourself. You know what I'm saying? Just like now when I just said my face was thinner and I probably would have liked the wig more. Listen, I'm a human being just like the next person. You know what I'm saying? There are people that feel like, oh, you gained some weight. I've heard that. I've been emailed that. I've been DM'd that. Like, bitch, you don't think I know I gained weight? I look at my motherfucking self every day. I don't need you to remind me. But then I start to realize, April, I am who I am. Me, that's me. I be so hard on myself sometimes that I go back and I watch my videos from like 2 and 3 years ago, and I just be like, I gotta get back to that. I wanna be like that. I wanna be like this. I do this quite often with myself, and it's sad. And I say it's sad because I wake up every day. So if I wake up every day, I should be thankful for just being above ground and being blessed to have what I have. But sometimes as a human being, we just don't be so appreciative and we're just not so happy. But we are also our worst critics. And though I try to talk myself into being confident about my plus size body, sometimes I am confident. And then there are days when I really, really am not. I have just begun to like my plump size. And when I say just begin, not mean like less today, but you know what I'm saying? Like over the past months, you know, if you ever look at my recent Shein clothing try on hauls, you'll see I'm showing a little bit more midriff, a little bit of shorter skirts, because I need to realize, April, you are not the only one with a stomach, a belly, a fupa. You are not the only woman out here who has gained weight. Girl, you are not the only woman whose thighs eat up the shorts. You know what I'm saying? So, and the thighs eat up the shorts. Like, let's be for real. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just happy to be here. And like I said, I need to be a little less hard on myself and realize, like, girl, everybody has changed. Everybody don't stay the same, you know what I'm saying? And it is what it is. I'm going to just tell y'all this. Like, the reason why I say I be really hard on myself is because I just be so judgmental of myself. There was a time when I just gave up and didn't even really give up, but I just felt like I don't even care anymore because it's like, you know what? I lost my son. I lost the man and I didn't really lose him, but you know what I'm saying? We not together as much as I loved him. And I just felt like, what do I even care about anymore? Like, I just kind of did let myself go, and I let myself go a lot. You know what I'm saying? But I was going through a lot in life. Like, I really, really was. And it's hard when you lose someone that you truly, truly love. It's hard when you lose. Hey, Mumsy, it's hard when you lose your child. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's not that I gave up, but I just kind of like fell back. You know what I'm saying? A lot. I just have to give myself grace. And I think a lot of you need to give your own selves grace. We have to learn, like, we're human beings and nobody's perfect. I don't think anybody was born perfect. Live to be healthy. Live not to just exist, but just live to be happy and be proud of yourself as a person. Be proud of what you came through or what you're going through and you coming through it. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. But just don't be so hard on yourself. And I know that's something like hard to say because, like I said, I just started feeling somewhat comfortable in my own skin. You know what I'm saying? My thing is this though, if you don't like me, then you just don't like me. Cause this is me. I'ma be me every day, every other day, every night. I'ma just be me. So if you don't like me for who I am, I don't really know what to tell you. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just me in a nutshell. You know what I'm saying? If you don't like my extra rolls, then I don't know what the fuck to tell you because it's gonna be me. But one day them extra rolls might not be there. Don't be liking me then. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. But Saturday I almost started to be really critical to myself when I started brushing my hair up and putting it in a ponytail, and I put it in a ponytail just to add a ponytail, and I realized like so much of my hair has gotten thin all around, like to where I was brushing it and I could see like some of my scalp, like, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't as thick as it used to be, and that bothers me a lot too. You know what I'm saying? And I understand what it's from, you know what I'm saying? But it does bother me a lot too. It's a health issue, you know what I'm saying, that I have. So it does bother me a lot too. But I have to realize, girl, I wake up every day. So listen, be happy. If I walk around bald headed, then I guess I gotta be happy because I woke the fuck up. Okay. So other than that, let's get into this real talk video. If you have a real talk or an issue, something you need some type of advice on, go ahead and send me an email to either one of these, muffinismylovers2012@gmail.com or April's Real Talk at gmail.com. Please make sure to put in the subject line real talk. Also, if you want to change the name of the people you're talking about or yourself, please let me know. Hey, April, can you change my name? Or hey, April, this is the name I want you to go by. That's fine with me. But other than that, let's get into this real talk, ladies. Okay, and gentlemen too. All right, ladies. Hi, April. I've debated writing this for weeks, but something told me to just do it. If you read this on your channel, I just ask that you don't use my real name. You can call me Kayla. I'm 33 years old and I'm just starting to feel like I'm healing from my childhood. But it's complicated because I feel like I'm losing my sister in the process. We grew up in a toxic home. Our mom was addicted to pills and our dad was in and out of jail for most of our childhood. There were nights we went hungry, days we had to wear dirty clothes to school, and way too many mornings when we woke up to strangers in the house from whatever party our mom had the night before. My older sister Trina basically raised me. She's 5 years older and had to grow up fast. She cooked, she cleaned, and she got us to school. She even taught me how to use a sanitary pad when I got my first period because mama was too high to notice. She was my hero. But here's where it gets complicated. As adults, our paths split. I got out, I went to community college, got a job, worked my way up, and now I have a decent life. I'm in therapy, I have my own place, and I'm even trying to break the cycle of trauma and how I raised my daughter. Trina didn't escape. She dropped out of school, got into a toxic relationship with an abusive man who's now in prison, and she's battled alcoholism for years. She's angry all the time, especially with me. She says I abandoned her and I think I'm better just because I left our hometown. Every time I try to help her, she accuses me of trying to play savior. We got into a big fight last month. She was drunk and she told me, "You were always the favorite. You had the luxury of being the baby. I took all the hits so you wouldn't have to. Now you got this perfect life and I'm stuck with the scraps." I didn't know what to say. She did take the hits, but I also never asked her to. I loved her for it, and I still do. but I can't keep setting myself on fire to keep her warm. I haven't talked to her in 2 weeks. I miss my sister, but I'm tired of feeling guilty for surviving. Am I wrong for choosing peace, for walking away from the person who once saved me? I just don't know how to move forward without my sister, but I don't know how to keep her in my life either. Thank you, Kayla. I'm gonna say this. I'm very grateful for my mom because she was a strong adult. My mom has never smoked a cigarette or weed. My mother calls it reefer still to this day, but my mother has never hit a reefer joint. She has never had a cigarette. She doesn't even drink. My mother doesn't even drink. She don't know how to ride a bike or swim or drive a car either. But you know what I'm saying? I'm just very proud of my mom, and I'm very thankful that, even though we were poor growing up, I'm still thankful for my mom being a strong-willed person and never having any type of addiction. You know what I'm saying? But I feel for those children who did have to go through a hard life, and kids are still going through that shit today. And there are situations just like Kayla's, which is hurtful because I just feel like, you know what, as a kid, I really don't feel like children should have to see or go through shit that they just don't need to go through in life. And some people just try to say that, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you grow out of it, they'll grow up. That was then, this is now. They don't need to have a trauma. But there are a lot of people in this world that have gone through shit and it really has stuck with them and it really has affected their life. And you know what I'm saying? I feel like that's fucked up because nobody should have to go through that in life. You know what I'm saying? Granted, ain't nobody a perfect person, ain't nobody a perfect parent. You know what I'm saying? I will tell you right here to today, I have never been a perfect parent. You know what I'm saying? I don't think there is. We have to learn this as we go. And then as I got older, I realized, like, yo, some of the times when you was overboard yelling and screaming, April, you was dead ass wrong for that. I'd be the first to admit to my wrongs. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't a great parent. I had my issues with cussing out my kids too and going off. But, you know what I'm saying? My heart goes out to those kids who have survived it and have gotten past it. You know what I'm saying? You see a lot of people out here in the world who have gone through a lot of shit. And it sucks when you have to judge them. I hate to be so judgmental at times to people because you really don't know what they've gone through. But Kayla, I get that that's your sister and she's probably really, really hurt. And you definitely were blessed to have a sibling to be able to fight your battles for you. And sometimes it is hard on people. And I feel like, you know, your sister is just going through some shit right now. And sometimes it is hard to realize like the person that you was taking up for and looking out for, you know, saying they doing better than you. You know, that really is like a hard one to swallow sometimes, a hard pill to swallow. And like, I feel like this, even though, you know, that's Kayla and her situation and her parents' situation. They were addicts or in and out of jail. It is still hard for one sibling to take all the hits or be there all the time. And then when you grow up, it's not like that. I can somewhat understand what she's going through and somewhat feel what she's going through. Even though my mom was never an addict on anything, I helped my mom raise my sister. Me and my sister are 13 years apart. You know what I mean? My mom only has us two. And I would always be there for my little sister. I would do her hair. I taught her ABCs and 1, 2, 3s. I picked her up from kindergarten and daycare. You know, while my mom worked, I had her a lot of the times with me. And now to this day, we don't even speak to each other like that. And it's not like we got beef because we definitely don't have beef, but she don't reach out to me. And I stopped reaching out to her because I feel like the phone works both ways. And not only do she not reach out to me, but you need to realize you have nephews and nieces that could definitely benefit from you being in their life, but she don't reach out to them. She don't do any of that. And it sucks. It's kind of like, wow, I raised you, I helped raise you and I was there. And now when I have my own kids, it's like, you're not even in their life. And my kids always say that to me. Oh, Aunt Stephanie, she seems weird because she don't reach out to us or any of that. And I get that. You know what I'm saying? I definitely get that. Even though our issue is different, it's like, whoa, we family, we siblings. When mom ain't here no more, we ain't got nobody but each other. And that's how I be feeling. You know what I'm saying? It'd be hurtful to me, but I felt like, you know what? The phone worked in both ends. I'm not going to keep reaching out to you and you don't return the shit to me. And it's not like I'm being petty, but I just feel like, what am I doing all of this for if you're not even trying to fuck with me like that? She doesn't have children. My sister doesn't have any children. She has 2 dogs and her and her boyfriend live in the next building from my mom. So it's like, okay, did you forget about me? And it used to bother me a lot. I'm gonna be serious with you guys. It used to really, really bother me a lot. And remember, I used to tell you guys that I have a therapist. I was going to therapy, not physically going to therapy, but through the phone, she would, we would talk to each other, FaceTime each other. Well, she would FaceTime me on my appointment, and I would, we would talk for an hour. And she was a really, really good therapist. However, when I was explaining to her things about like my family, how I felt like I'm the one that's always reaching out to my sister or my mom. She had to let me know, my therapist had to let me know, you're never going to change a person, April. And I know how you may feel about them not reaching out to you like that, but that's who they are. And you have to either say something to them about it or just let it be. And I felt like I'm not going to say anything anymore because I've done that already. So what I did was I just stopped reaching out to them like that. And it wasn't that I was being petty, but it was just like, you know what, it is what it is. I do have my own family, and not saying that they're not and they're not part of my family, but I do have my grandkids and I do have my kids here who I'm going to focus on. And that's just what I do. Not trying to be petty, but like I used to tell my therapist, the phone work on both ends, okay? The phone work on both ends. I'm not going to be the one that's always reaching out. Shit. You ever want to know how I'm doing or my kids are doing? Just hit me up. So I understand how you're feeling, Kayla. But here's the thing. Your sister is just hurt. And I don't want to say she's jealous of you because you've gotten and you've done right for yourself. But your sister's just hurt. And I really feel like it's a good idea for you and she to sit down with one another and have a good, serious talk. Your sister may be feeling like, oh, you're a survivor. You left me here. And that's not really the deal with it. And she just doesn't understand that. You don't want to carry on in life wondering what if. You understand what I'm saying? What if? I'm not saying your mom's a bad mom, but you understand that she gave you issues in your life. You understand that there were things that y'all had to go through as a family due to your mom and your father. Don't allow that to hinder the love that you and your sister share, the bond that y'all share. Y'all both went through that shit. Even though your sister might have took the hits for you, y'all both went through that shit. That was both of y'all shit. Y'all both went through that shit together. And I really honestly feel like you need to kind of more or less step up and have a real conversation with your sister. Let her know that you appreciate her and that you are here for her. There was something that she said in this email. Am I wrong for choosing peace? For walking away from the person who once saved me? First of all, you should never walk away from anybody in your family unless it's deemed necessary, if they're putting you in harm or making your life miserable. And I really don't feel like she's making your life miserable. I just feel like she's voicing her opinion. She's voicing her hurt. And maybe she doesn't have anyone to reach out to or talk to about the hurt. But I really feel like you need to be that person because y'all have shared the life that y'all lived together. Y'all know what it was like growing up with your mother. Your sister knows what it's like. And sometimes as a person that was there for you always, sometimes like me and my sister, sometimes we just need to hear, yo, I love you. And I just want to tell you that I thank you for everything that you've done for me. You know what I'm saying? It's not that I was walking away or I was trying to find peace. It was just that I was just trying to grow as a person. I never left you and I would never leave you, but I was just trying to grow as a person. And without you, I probably would have never grown as a person. This is what I'm talking about. So let your sister know that, yo, I'm not leaving you. I didn't run away from it. I just needed to grow as a person, but I'm here for you. That's what sometimes we as older siblings need to hear. I'm the oldest sibling out of all of my siblings. When I say the oldest, I am the firstborn, even out of my cousins. From my mom and her brother, you know what I'm saying? I'm the oldest out of my mom's kids. I'm the oldest out of my mom's brother's kids. I'm the oldest out of my father's kids. I'm the oldest. So I'm the big sibling and the big cousin to not everybody, but you understand what I'm saying? Sometimes it does hurt when I don't hear from my brothers or my sisters. I have two sisters, one from my dad and my brother's from my dad. So it hurts because it's like, yo, I was there for y'all, the fuck. Just like with not my eldest brother, but my brother Corey that lives in Pennsylvania. He's my second youngest brother. When my son passed away, he didn't call me. You know what I'm saying? He didn't reach out to me personally. This motherfucker went on Instagram and left a comment. with everybody else. Like, are you fucking kidding me? That's so impersonal. So I just deaded our relationship and I was pissed. My dad did the same fucking thing, okay? My dad did the same fucking thing. That's like impersonal. And honestly, it bothered me a lot. Am I right for not speaking to them still? I don't really know. I feel like we weren't even close like that anyway. I didn't grow up with you. I'm just your big sister. When I seen you, it was once a year in the summertime. But me and my sister with my mom, we were like this. So it does bother me. It does bother me that she don't communicate with me. And my mom always like, well, you know how that's Stephanie. It's not cool. It's not cool. That's how she is. She should at least, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. But sometimes in life, we need to hear that. We need to be told like, yo, I love you. And I'm glad that you were part of my life or whatever. Just don't walk away from your sister, Kayla, because I just honestly feel like if you walk away from her, it's you giving up. And I'm not saying you're a survivor like she is, but just let your sister know how you feel as a person. Like, yo, I didn't leave you. I'm here. She hurt, and she probably feel like really hurt because she kind of like defended you, and here you are, and here she is. Not saying that it's your fault, Kayla, for the way your sister might have turned out, but at least let her know that, because she in her heart feel that she probably ain't amount to much, because she did say she gets the scraps. And that's not the truth. Never allow a person to feel the way they may feel about you. Sometimes you can, you know what I'm saying? Because some people it's not even worth to prove a point to, you know what I'm saying? Some people just let them think that's how you are as a person. But for your sister who was always there for you, don't let her think that way of you. Put your 2 cents in. Try to make amends with her. Try to talk with her. I'm not saying kiss ass, but try to make amends with her. Maybe this conversation that you can have with her may be a lot, maybe mean a lot, and maybe could be a bonding thing for you guys. I'm not really sure whatever happened to your mom because you didn't say that in the email. I hope that she has been able to recover and, you know, get herself clean, and your dad too over the years. I really feel like you need to have a full-blown conversation with your sister and just let her know, like, yo, I didn't turn my back on you. I didn't leave you. You know what I'm saying? I'm still here, and I'm very appreciative and grateful that you were there for me and you took those hits. Because sometimes when you don't tell a person that, they feel like everything that they've done was for nothing. And they feel like you don't give a fuck about them. And that may just not be the case. You know what I'm saying, Kayla? You just may not feel that way. Are you wrong, what you say? I don't know how to move forward. She says, I just don't know how to move forward without her. But I don't know how to keep her in my life either. So you understand what I'm saying? You don't want to move forward without your sister. Okay. But you don't know how to keep her in your life either. I gave you the answer. Have a conversation with your sister. Don't have a conversation over the phone. Okay? Unless you guys don't live close by. If you live like hours from one another, then please call her. No texting. If she lives like 30 minutes to an hour from you, because an hour ain't shit to drive for your sister, or an hour and a half, go to your sister and have a verbal conversation. You know, maybe bring like a nice glass of wine, but don't get overboard with it and start cussing each other out when y'all get tipsy. But have a good conversation, because you don't want to move forward without her. And I think what you just said to me, I don't know how to move forward, or I don't want to move forward. Excuse me, what did she say? I like this ending. I like this ending of the email that she sent to me. It's very heartfelt. What she said was, I just don't know how to move forward without her, but I don't know how to keep her in my life. The one thing you said is, I just don't know how to move forward without her. Lets me know that you want to be with your sister. You want her in your life. And instead of telling me that, tell her that. Tell your sister that. Understand what I'm saying? Let her know how you feel and how you don't want to be in your life without her. You don't want to move forward through life without your sister. She needs to hear that. I know if my sister was to tell me that, I would definitely shut the hell up and listen to what she had to say to me. I would. And then I would also let her know how I felt. That's all. We can all sit down and have a civilized conversation, especially as adults. So ladies, let Kayla know in the comments how you would handle this. Have you divas and divos ever experienced a moment like somewhat like this with another sibling? I'm pretty sure y'all have, because life ain't perfect. But leave your comments in the comments. Leave your advice in the comments. How would you handle this situation? Now, on that note, I'm going to go. I got to edit some videos, get this one popping, okay? And that's about it. So on that note, you guys, this little short pixie cut is doing it for me. Ooh, look at that. Okay. I love y'all. Leave your comments down in the comment section. I love y'all, and I will definitely see y'all in the next video. Stay diva and divalicious.